do this. Look at all these chats already happening. So many people already talking. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? We have 34 people waiting. All right. Let's see what we got here. We're back. We are back, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me see. We got Dispel. Hello. Mama Hun. Hello. Dragon Drake. Hello. Seraph. Hello. Sherry. Hello. Daniel. Hello. Mr. Malicious. Hello. Biko. Hey, hey. Double. What's up? What's up? Piratey Steve. Ahoy. Ahoy. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. If you haven't already said hello, say hello. Ling Journey. What's up, dude? Bound Bot. Hey. I played very little, Bound Bob. I played very little. City Honors, yo, what's up, dude? Brandon, hello, hello. D&D Nerd, hello. Jeff, what's up? Eero, Jaeger, what's up, guys? We're back, baby, we're back. Emma, what's up, what's up? Rubber Room, Mira, Goober, Debs. Welcome in, guys. Look, we came in hot. Off to the races. Off to the races. So many people already jumping in. Trex, aka Poet, Winclair, Vlad. Let's go, guys. I see some of the Sundered Houses unifying and others just pretending to be following this. So yeah, first we got to talk about what dropped today. If you guys haven't seen the video where Brennan is voicing what I believe to be Primus Taconis, could be a different Taconis, in front of the Sundered Houses, that thing was intense and also so cool. Has anybody not seen it yet? Fantastic. What's up, dude? Welcome in. Because it was incredible. It was incredible. What's up, Tabasco? And the whole idea of the video is basically that Primus Taconis is like, yo, either we band together to keep the people down, or we become just like the people, right? Like, basically saying, like, do we want to be powerless? Because if we let them do what they want to do, we're going to be powerless. So let's band together to take them out. And he's basically like, if one of you comes ahead in this, I will follow just like we used to, right? Taconis is used to follow, right? We followed a god, we fought, right? Like, we'll be a house that follows. But we don't want to go to their level, right? Like, that's the kind of, oh, it was so good. It was so good. Definitely thought of Primus. Yeah, I think it's Primus, but it's so good. Yeah, they released a little video today that was incredible. Equals disgusting. Exactly. Enjoyed the interview. We're ready for. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. How many episodes would there be of the Convergence? No idea. My guess is 3 to 4, but that's just a guess. Can you play it here? Probably. Let me pull that up and I'll play it. Hopefully I don't get like DMCA'd or something. All right, let me make sure if I do display capture. 1 second and we will play this thing. Nope. Other monitor. All right, let me scoot over here. Boom. Oh, wait, why is that not? Wow, why is this so jacked up? Can I reset this? All right, let's watch this real quick. For those of you who haven't seen it,
For 70 years, we have been without empire.
Let me know if the volume's okay.
And in those 70 years, we bicker and quarrel. But let us not pretend the old throne of Oberdemia does not call to each and every lord and lady in this room. We work best together. For there are 2 games being played here. The game in this room and the game out there. They're playing too. If they win, the meanest oaf, the lowest beggar, the most mud-caked simpleton will be your equal. They will bury you in their dirt and call it freedom. If I am bested in our little game here by someone in this room, you have my word, I will applaud you. And serve as House Draconis did serve for centuries. But we cannot take our eyes off them out there. Or did you not hear the Lady Royce's late husband and what he can still hear? We have much to discuss.
Oh, that was so good. That was so good.
Still here.
What the Lady Royce's husband could still hear, because when he was being executed, he said, I can still hear the falcons cry. Right? Like, he's basically saying, do you not, there was a rebellion. You guys remember that? Because he can still hear that. Like, oh, it's so good. And the mentioning of, like, you know, what's happening in here is one thing. What's happening out there is another. It's such a good trailer for this. So good. He heard the falcons cry. Oh, it was so good, guys. That was extremely well done by them. Super exciting. Super exciting. Yeah, absolutely epic. The Convergence is going to be good. What's up, Andy? 100 Spooky, hello. Yeah, this is going to be a super good episode. If you guys are, wait, that preview confirmed my thoughts that the Sundered Houses overall just want to rule. Exactly, like this kind of hints at, or at least they're being convinced, right? They're being told, like, hey, if you guys want to maintain power, then we have to squash the normal people, right? The citizens of this place, we have to squash them if we want to maintain power. Very, very good stuff. Winclair asks, do you think the screen cap of C4 episode 26 will be the new combination of tables possibly? Or they're just gonna, I thought it'd be 3 groups. I don't think the thumbnail is hinting at anything. I really don't. I do believe that that's just how they split the people to have Brennan in the middle. I think they're going to stick with 3 tables. That's just a guess, though, right? I'm just basing it on other things that we've been told throughout. I think that's the case. I think we're still going to have the 3 tables. I think the thumbnail is just the thumbnail. That's all. They would have to destroy all the Sundered Houses, or the ones that will try to kill and enslave people. I cannot wait. I hope we start the Aftermath. So they 100% are, Sheriff. They are going to start with immediately following. We'll get a cold open probably. My guess for the cold open might actually be either the soldiers starting to come into the city to find Bolaire, or the Seekers getting closer. That's my best 2 guesses, but could be completely off. But Brennan did say that they're going to be starting with the schemers being like in this room, like at that moment, directly following the assassination attempt is when there's going to be that. Dragon Reborn, first time chatter on Twitch. Hello. Oh, I didn't post that I was live. There we go. Post in the Discord. Bound Bob, welcome to the Discord. Yeah, it's tonight, right? Postcore, yes, their Convergence starts tonight. And I think we're going to start with the schemers kind of in that moment. Or at least the first time we see the schemers, it will be in that moment. Yes, it is. Tonight is when that happens. Excuse me. Who do you predict switches parties, if ever? It's a hard prediction. All I know is I think Thimble and Julian and maybe somebody else, they want to go to the north. Or the Golden Orchard. So to the east. Yeah. I love the content. I feel that the Draconis speech will end this. So you think tonight we're going to hear that speech that he just gave? You think that's how the thing's going to end tonight? Me, myself, and I. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Interesting. Do you think we'll lose anyone during the Convergence? That's a great question. I feel like from this point forward, we're going to see more risky things. I think in the first arc, I didn't expect anybody to die. I believe moving forward, We will. Daniel, thank you so much for that super chat. I think if we were ever going to lose a player, it's going to be from this point forward. I guess is the simplest way to say it. Daniel with the $5 super chat says, do we get a name for the group by the end of the convergence? What do we think? Like everybody, like, because we have 3 table groups, but you're saying like, you know, the Mighty Nine, you had Vox Machina, you right? Bell's Hells. Do we get a group name for everybody involved? I don't know. Let's make it a poll. Let's make it a poll. Let's see. Let's start a poll. Dragon Reborn, thank you for the follow. Do we get a full... Yes. No. Just happy to be here. All right. The poll is up. Vote the poll whether or not you think we will get a name, and feel free to throw something in there. Definitely feels like gloves are off now. Yeah, that's the mindset I'm taking. Kevo says, I think Schemer is cold open finishing up the gala. That could be it too. 100% this should be gloves off if they know what's good for rating. Perhaps. Didn't they name the group already? I thought that already. No. They might have like had a name for like individually come up with some stuff, but like, is everybody under that name is kind of where I'm at. Are they going to come together then split? Yes. Gene, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get like 3 to 4 episodes of everybody. And this one actually looked like from the images, you know, before it was everybody was rotating in and out. This one looked like they had everybody there at the table. They just had it seated like you're doing like a family photo where like you have 2 people, then somebody sitting behind them in the middle. It looked like that, at least for some of it. So we may actually get larger groups of people at the table instead of like, you know, 5 to 7 at a time, which could be interesting. Could be very interesting. I don't think the Primus speech will be in game. It's like the other bits we get before each arc. Aaron has to be before the Seekers, Hal before the Skimmers. I also, that's where my mind is at. It's just interesting because we're getting a look inside of the meeting, I think. I think that's going to come from the meeting that the Sundered Houses are supposed to be having the night of the play. We have a few people who could get a way to listen into whatever meeting. That's true. That's very true. Debs with the $27.04 super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I forgot to do this last week. Kudos for the Louise interview for pre-show snack funds. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys haven't already seen it, did an interview with Louise. It was 2 hours. Great conversation. He shared it on a story today. So that was dope. Cameron said, I tried to tally the wardrobes to predict the number of episodes. Unless we're getting a 6+ episode convergence, I think we get a preview of the next Soldiers arc. Ooh, interesting. I can't believe you tried to tally the wardrobes. Cameron was dedicated. Sergio says, I do wonder which character will be listening to that conversation. Feel like the obvious answer is Wick. I wonder if anybody is going to be listening or if it's just we got a glimpse into it as like an extra bit of information. It's very possible we just, oh, I didn't set a goal. I hate when I forget to set a freaking super chat thing and then people do super chats and then it doesn't go towards it. Heartbreaking. All super chats right now are going towards my Gen Con trip. Helping fund me going to Gen Con, where hopefully I can make a bunch of cool content. Murray and the Magpies, great band name. That is a pretty solid band name. Me, Myself, and I says, the United Factions has been what they've been referring to the whole group logo as, if I recall. Kaylee Scott, hey, what's up? I'm too excited for tonight. Would love to get a group name. Will probably have something to do with birds. I mean, they each have a bird. Yet it is says, I've been wondering if we're getting a group name too. I'm thinking if they do, it's something related to birds. All right, birds, where everybody's going birds. Group S tier for the entire group. Okay. Tonight, no, maybe once all the tables go, do get together. That's fair. I selected yes, but I think it will happen later. Fair enough. I love the Fanged Falcon so much. It's like their elite squad. Yeah. What do you think about King Gus and the Hound surviving? I love it. I wanted more King Gus. I think he's important. I think like he has fought in something before and won. He has that experience. He's a man of the people, right? King Gus has a lot going for him. And I never want the hounds to go down. I want all the hounds to survive the whole time. Do not hurt the dogs. So I'm all for it. I am absolutely all for it. I think Wick is either going to be punished for freeing Teor or the Photarch will forget about it because of her near-death experience. Yo, I'm so hyped. What's up, Austin? I love seeing the growth of these lives over the past couple weeks. Yeah, it's been fun. Well, this week, I had a feeling this week was going to be pretty big because this is a big episode and everybody's coming back together and all that sort of stuff. So, 100%. Yo, what's up, Allie? 3 weeks of being sick and I'm back. Welcome back, Candle Gal. Just got caught up. Heck yeah. Did you enjoy episode 25? Because episode 25 was absolutely insane. Brandon says, I could see something like Falcon Flock or Fang's Call. Okay. Better Sans. Hey, nice to see you too. Welcome in. What's your deal says, I take back my no vote. As soon as I clicked, I remembered I'd already decided that Magpie has to be involved somehow. Conversion rate on currency be wild. It was 20 pounds sterling. Yeah, I looked over to the thing and saw 20 pounds, then I saw 27 on that. A bunch of CR 10 plus mages having a meeting in our level 4 gang are going to listen in. No way, that's very true. In regards to the group name, Pirate Steve says with Phoenix, something with Phoenix, and it works on multiple levels. Bird motif and the firing up of full-fledged rebellion. Also, Falcon Rebirth, perhaps Phoenix Rebirth, that sort of thing. I could see it. I think we'll get everyone tonight, but maybe not until after the break. I think that's fair. Interview was amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Goober says, with Whitney crying, I fear our dear baby Wick. Yeah. I have the interview saved to watch later. I'm excited. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's 2 hours. It is long, but it was a great conversation. I hope I get more. Each table's preview voice was extra content. Exactly. That's why I'm thinking we might not get it. Hello from Canada. Hello, WB. In regards to Gus, what's your deal says, love live the king. I'm guessing that was long live the king until he's otherwise proven to be a jerk. Fair. Madam Marauder over on TikTok says, I can't wait for this episode. Hopefully it's a long one. I expect, yeah, this is probably going to be more of that like 4 to 5 hour, not a 3 to 3.5. That's my expectation. Melthazar, welcome in. I think there's a chance that Abria can listen in on the house's conversation in druid form. I'm not sure that Wick will be brought there after his recent actions. That would be really surprising me. One, I don't think that listen in is going to happen in game. I do think that was something that happened out of game. For that speech, like I think that's just extra context for us, and it was really well done. And I would think that there are protections on a meeting like that. I feel like it would almost be cheap to be like, oh, somebody can just like listen in from the inside. Like there's got to be some sort of crazy protections when you have all the Sundered leaders in one place. They're all high level casters, things like that. Or a lot of them are high level casters. Yo, Bound Bob, thank you for the 5 gifted. If you received a gifted, please say thank you to Bound Bob. Thanks for the 5, dude. Appreciate that. Brandon, Debs, Paul, Better, and Ms. Savdra. Congrats on yours. Several of you I recognized from the chat already, so that's awesome. Murray basically saved the king with her choices. I look forward to him thanking her. Yeah. How long do we think the episode will be? Yeah, I kind of just said that. I think it'll be 4 to 5. I just hope there's no more mind F magic on the allies, no more sudden dominate person and making them have to fight and potentially kill an ally. Ooh, yeah. Yo, Famine, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Lil Bun Bun, yo, it has been a while. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you again. No, I hear you. Lil Bun Bun, you were not the only person who has come in tonight and said, I haven't been there in a while, or I just caught up. And I think that's where some of these off weeks help, right? We had the off week. Did I love it? No, I wanted more. However, it allows people to catch up. So there's always that. Daniel says, group of Falcons is called a cast, but I doubt they're going to use that. That's true. We're the cast. Cozy, what's up? Hot take, I think Sam might pull a crazy twist and be a double agent. I could see it. I could see it. I don't want to see it, but I could see it. That's, yeah, Debs, that's basically what they've been so far, yeah. Mama Hun says, I think Wick and Tyranny going to come up with a whopper about where they have been and try and trick the Photarch that they are on her side. I think I could see that too. Dark Designs, welcome in. Honestly, I don't think Wick is in as much trouble as he thinks he is. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. AKA says, I have to share a lot of information between groups. I hope it doesn't take 3 hours to do. I agree. That is a concern I have, is that we're going to get so much of repeat information between each other. Now, mind you, if some of the reactions are good, that could be fun. But otherwise, it's like, I don't know. Connor, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Loving the content as always. Strive for the convergence. You and me both. You and me both. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. This should be a good episode. Eero says, I think we're starting right at the end of the last Gamers episode. That is where I believe Brennan confirmed in the cooldown. Yep, he said we're going to start right where we're ending right now. So, yeah. Also, I love the original Age of Umbra. How are we feeling about Shadowlands? My only thing, and this is somewhat just a personal thing because I create content about Campaign 4, I am scared of 6 weeks off. Debs, thanks for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Austin, you got gifted a thing. Congrats. That's my only concern, is that it's going to be 6 weeks away from Campaign 4, and I make Campaign 4 content. So other than that, it's all cool. Age of Umbra, Daggerheart, Matt back DMing for that. Cool. Cool. 6 weeks without content, that's going to be hard. So that's my stance on that. Episode 25 was madness. It was so good, though. It was absolutely so good. Also, if anybody is here and you're new, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click that sub button. It's free. You'll get more pre-shows. You'll get more recaps, breakdowns, content around Critical Role, Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeon Masters, all that stuff, nerd culture. So go ahead and click that sub button. Meme Club says, I'm going to need to remind myself that Alex is playing Octus, not my beloved Leviticity. True, true, true. Imagine if they double tapped the Photark while she was playing Possum. Yeah, somebody just walks over and was like, ding, and then she's like, ow! That'd be pretty funny. She's like, hey, don't hit me, dude. Mira says, I really don't know what's going to happen. Murray's brain is going to explode and everyone shares their information. Yeah. Piratey says, 2-week hiatus. Only good thing about the mini break is that my popcorn pan is already clean and ready. Me, myself, and I says, or it's Andy. I don't, should I say, I'm just going to say me, myself, so I don't have to swap between Andy and I. I am terrified and excited about what happens when Einfaz and Dakotas get in the same room. And Cormorant, because Cormorant also thinks Dakotas has something to do with Lady Cormorant missing. Now I want Murray to do some type of identifying layer. Yeah, that came up in the tailgate. Like, would you identify, right? Would you identify her? Yeah. Grandpa, what's up, dude? Shout out to you and all that you do for D&D and Critical Role. I feel like each week your channel keeps growing and growing, and you deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope we continue going in the right direction. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying making content. I'm passionate about Dungeons and Dragons. Very passionate. I'm passionate about Critical Role. I'm passionate about Dungeon Masters. I'm passionate about talking. I do a lot of talking. And so getting to combine this stuff is awesome, and I hope I get to keep doing it. Yo, what's up, Boneyard, over on Twitch? Welcome in, dude. What meeting? If you haven't seen the clip released today, it is basically Primus Dakotas addressing the Sundered Houses. Brennan voiceover. They put it up on YouTube. I played it on the stream like 10 minutes ago. Daniel says, it will be hilarious if Julian and Ozane meet again and Julian still claims not to remember who he is. Oh, that's scene. Who are you? I was just about to become a member, so let me pay that forward. Hey, let's go, Debs. I'm Bob Next Tech. Hello, hello, welcome in. Hey, Kilgore, thank you for the $5 super chat. I will be stoked to see you at Gen Con. Let's go. Yeah, if anybody's going to Gen Con, let me know. I'm going to Gen Con, so let me know. Big night for this. Should be good. It should be so good. Really looking forward to a kind of mini reunion of more critters. Agreed. I think this is going to bring some people out of the woodworks. I do. I think this is going to help with that. That's what I wonder, what really happened between Ozane, Julian, and Thea. Oh, I want to know that so badly. I want to know that so badly. What did you think of the tailgate and their discussions? I heard your questions get answered. But yeah, I did get one question in. I did try another one that didn't get through, but I did get one question answered. To me, it's, you know, I think that they got really long-winded on their answers and went on kind of tangents, which is fine, but I felt like they were worse about it during the beacon portion. So the pre-written questions were still kind of like, there weren't as many in as I thought they were going to get. They kind of just started going in and out of other stuff. Then we got to the beacon part, the nightcap. And there was like 5 or 6 questions because they just kept going on and on about random stuff. And so a lot of questions get asked and very few got answered. But we did learn some cool stuff. We learned some stuff about the other masks from Belair and all that sort of stuff. So got a plan for those 6 weeks? Nope. Double Agent Wick would be a little hard to believe. He can't lie to save his life. Remember how badly he did? That's true. He is a really bad liar. He is a really bad liar. Daniel with another super chat, $5 super chat says, they have been teasing a Dragonlance announcement at Gen Con. What do you think it will be? I think they're going with a full-fledged. There might be like a whole nother book for Dragonlance. Yeah, just a guess, but I think that there could be. They're going in a lot. I mean, D&D has released, their schedule. They got multiple new books. Horrors Within is coming out in June. Then they have a whole nother season with other, the Magic books, the Season of Champions. Maybe that's Dragonlance. Who knows? Let's go ahead. Did that poll end or did I just lose it? I don't see the poll anymore to be able to... end it. The poll is gone, chat. Oh no. Let me try refreshing this. What's the potential for PvP in this campaign? What do y'all think that could look like? I think there is potential for it, blank. Unless people start to come together more. All right, here we go. So, in terms of, do we get a full group name tonight? We are split 35-35 for yes to no, and then 29% say just happy to be here. It just changed 34 to 36. So let's go ahead and wrap that poll up. And I know we had ideas for other polls in the past. So, or the other day, somebody recommended one. I'd like to, if I could be reminded what that might be. So curious what Sid will have to tell, not to mention, yes, I also want to know that. I don't know if he will. Honestly, I think that he might have just gotten captured and then turned to stone. And he's like, I don't know why they did it. Like, I don't know. Nikki, what's up? Says, just watched Convergence trailer. I love those trailers. I can't find them on YouTube and they aren't part of the replay. The Convergence trailer, they just put it up on YouTube. Today, it should be there. Yo, Edwin, thank you for the $5 super chat with no message. But thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Oof Dad, welcome in, dude. Says, expecting some double-crested cormorant bird references at some point. All right. I think Wick is dead if he confronts the Photarch, and he's dumb enough to do so. He is. And that's why when people ask, who do you think is going to die first? I don't want to say Wick, but I go, Sam is willing to do the stupid thing if he thinks it fits him. And if it kills him, it kills him. Like, that's kind of where he's at. Let there be blue. So... I think that's a thing. I think that's a thing. I could 100% see that. In regards to info share, Parody Steve says Wick had better share that there's a chained up Celestial in his family manor. Yeah, somebody mentioned the angel in the basement. What is this listen in that you guys are talking about? I'm going to play it one more time. Now that we're over 220 people in here right now, which is awesome. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to play the video one more time. Because I don't know that we're going to get that many more people. So for those of you who haven't seen it, we're going to play it one more time, so listen in. All right? It is very good.
For 70 years, we have been without empire. And in those 70 years, we bicker and quarrel. But let us not pretend the old throne of Oberdemia does not call to each and every lord and lady in this room. We work best together. For there are 2 games being played here. The game in this room and the game out there. They're playing too. If they win, the meanest oaf, the lowest beggar, the most mud-caked simpleton will be your equal. They will bury you in their dirt and call it freedom. If I am bested in our little game here by someone in this room, you have my word, I will applaud you. And serve as House Daconis did serve for centuries. But we cannot take our eyes off them out there. Or did you not hear the Lady Royce's late husband and what he can still hear? We have much to discuss.
Who's supposed to be talking? That would be best guess. Primus Taconis is who that is. But there you go. Played it again. That is what we have been talking about, guys. Incredible. Love that. Love that whole thing. Let me try to catch him on chat quickly. So nom 3678. There you go. You're welcome. Chrome, what's up, dude? Tyranny might do something bad to another character, or Taishan Octus might have conflict at one point, but I don't know if there really be someone who really portrays them fair. Playing for those 6 weeks for sure. Yowick is horrible at espionage. He's going to need some boot camp training from Belair and Hal before even attempting it. Very true. What's up, Andrew? Melazar says, I'm really happy to see Octus and Thibault at the same table. They're clearly in the same combat encounter, some kind of tomb or an altar. I'm going to be honest, I didn't dive into looking at all the different clips and stuff, so some things are going to surprise me when I see people together, because I'm not like hardcore picking out like who's at the table when and what are they doing. And when you guys kept saying Tyranny crying, never saw it until this watch because I was looking for it. That's the only reason I noticed. I was mostly just listening. Mr. Militia says, on the massive info dumps between tables, I'm hoping they tape some of that separately, then give us a montage cut into the episode. Yeah. Paul says, I think the Photarch has taken lead of the Creed with her resurrection, wink wink, so Wick is in big trouble. That is possible. Yo, what's up, P-Wog? I don't think that's going to happen, fam, to be honest. Yo, Mortis, what's up, dude? So this will be a jump between tables episode. I kind of like that in the beginning. Allie with the 6-9. Nice. For some reason, I can't give membership, so I'm testing the super chat. Why is something always broken? Before, somebody couldn't do super chats, and then you could, and then other people couldn't do it, and now you can't do those, and something's always broken with YouTube. But thank you very much for the 6.9. Yes, Mortos, this will be Convergence. So I think we're going to start with the schemers finishing up what they did, and then we're going to have everybody start to show up. The Convergence is like the overture. It's going to be probably 3 to 4 episodes, is my guess, of people all being back. Winclair says, at the tailgate, they made it pretty clear that they mostly keep up with the other tables, so hopefully not too much repetition. I felt the opposite. I feel like they said that they watched some of the soldiers, didn't really watch any of the Seekers, and Azune or Louise has seen none of it. So you're not going to make content around Silence? I might. I'm not fully decided. Now, it's just in my mind, I have to figure out how that's going to work. I'm also going to be at Gen Con during it. So I'm not saying I'm not going to Gnaw the Bear, but it's iffy. Yo, what's up, Chicken Wizard? I'm gonna try to catch one chat. I'm so far behind, guys, because we watched that video. So if I skip something and you really want me to see what it is, retype it. Because I'm just reading through, and then yeah. Marissa, welcome in. 30 people at one table is gonna be crazy. Can't wait to see how they tackle it. Well, it kind of showed in the thing, like people sitting behind other people. I started watching CR after the start of C4. I've never been more excited for an episode. Let's go, Alfie. Welcome in, dude. Do we know all level 4 upgrades? No, Taisha has not leveled up yet. And we also don't know the subclass for Azune. Like, he hasn't revealed it, even if most people have kind of come to a conclusion. The Go tracker's not changing on my screen. Is it mine? I see 4 out of 10. I don't know what it was at before, so unfortunately I can't say, but I see 4 out of 10. I think that's right. All right. Yeah, I've got to skim down to catch up, or else everybody's gonna be mad. So let me keep going. Saw your interview with Louise. That's wonderful. Also wonder if they will talk to Theozy with the Stone of Night song. I don't think so. I really don't think that's going to be allowed. I think even if they decided, even if the players were like, I think we're going to talk to Theozy, I think Brennan would be like, actually, he's not where you can. What does that mean? Like, I don't think Brennan would let them. That would just, like, the whole campaign would just be like, okay, here you go. Or at least the start. So then Miros also just asked, we have a speak with Dead with Theozy. What do you think? I don't think so. I don't think so. Misfit over on TikTok says, hey, I've never seen one of your lives, but I love your D&D videos. Thank you, Misfit. Appreciate that. Sheep Stealer, big fan of your channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sister, don't remember that anyone covered the first season, maybe pre-shows, maybe a poll, get the viewership isn't that good, but it's an untapped market. It's possible. Who's supposed to be talking? Yeah, I already answered that. All right, I think I'm getting close to caught up here. Yes, it must be promised based off of what he said about the House Dakota serving, Lack says over on TikTok. Yeah, that's true. And again, if you guys want to see what people are saying on other platforms, most people are on YouTube, but if you look over here, you'll see everybody's messages if you're on YouTube or Twitch, which reminds me that for some reason, every time it stops showing, one second. It stopped showing everybody's platform. I want everybody to see where everybody's talking from. Can't wait for the episode. Let's go, KLV over on Twitch. Let's go, let's go. Welcome in. All right, I'm gonna start from here. Hi, wait. Hold on, where are we at? Allie with another testing of the goal is updating. It just went to 6. It just went to 6, so I think so. I don't know where the 5 was. Maybe it's just delayed. But, Allie, thank you very much for another $6.90. Appreciate that. I'm bored. 7119 says, hi, my first time catching a pre-show. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. We do them every Thursday. Even when they were off last week, we did an off-week catch-up where we just talked about everything that was happening in Critical Role, past, present, future, all that sort of stuff with the season. So I even typically do them even if we're having an off week. What's your thoughts on live show episodes? I'm not a fan usually. I think they're kind of just a standalone thing, and most of these live shows now aren't even tied to this. They're not tied to this at all. So, yeah. Did you catch the part where they said Sam has been lying and has watched all the... Yes, but I don't know if they were being honest about that or not. But that would be awesome, actually. Kelly, what's up? Welcome in. Says, I don't know how they can beat last episode. It's going to be tough. Last episode was so good. When is the 6-week break? It starts on July 9th. July 9th, and then 6 weeks from there. Winclair says, if Wick and Tyranny join schemers, Murray will grow many gray hairs trying to keep them from killing themselves. Yeah. Sorry, Theozzy isn't here anymore. Speak with Dead went to voicemail. Exactly. Also, Speak with Dead doesn't require them to tell the truth. Also true, MT. Welcome in. Bayless, I cast Speak with Dead. Brennan, your call cannot be completed. It's dialed. I love that. I don't think Howell would buy Faz. But, that's true. So here's where I'm thinking he'll go. He'll say that the ritual that was done, the Orcish ritual, prevents the dead from being disturbed. That is where my mind goes if they try to do it. I think that's the conclusion that they'll say. Further between them. Okay, yeah, let's get let's do another poll and let's say will Murray and Gus get some more flirting in? Yes. No. All right, new poll is up. Speaking of the Son of Night Sog, Dame Saramai once again missing opportunities to be relevant. Rest in peace, Dame Saramai. What's up, Vulture on Acid? Welcome in. Be too easy. Cool, but too simple digging up his corpse aside. I agree with your deal, yeah. Miros, welcome in. The 4-4 error on Theozzy Speak with Dead would be a pretty good piece of info, I think. Not getting the answer is an answer in and of itself. Perhaps. Awesome turnout so far tonight. Yeah. Yeah, we're at 250. So heck yeah, welcome in everybody. If you're new, if this is your first pre-show, we have a good time with it. I will also say I have a live chat in my Discord. So if you have Beacon, you know there's that chat. It moves very fast. It's, you know, whatever. My chat, we do a live chat, critical live chat during the episode. If you want to talk during it, say what was that? What did they say? Holy crap, that was insane. That is a place you can do it. My Discord is linked in the description under this. So go ahead, join that, hang out with us. I have a D&D section, Critical Role section, Dimension 20 section, Dungeon Master section, so you can find the things that you love and chat about it with other people who are passionate about it. So I look forward to a lot of mysteries being solved. I want to have the deets unleashed, and then we get the meat of the story of how do we counter this big move from the houses. Deb says, I wonder who's going to open the box containing Belair's sister and the lady. Yeah, I don't know if anybody is. I think they should just keep that one closed. I wonder how they'll handle the cold open tonight. Yeah, so here are the 3 ideas, because somebody mentioned the Schemers one. It could be that they wrap up what just happened with the Schemers. It could be that it's the Seekers completing the journey back to the city. It could be the soldiers sending somebody in to find Belair. And maybe that's how they, like, bring them together. Any of those are possible. YouTube is not catching up with the chat today. I'm trying. I wouldn't be looking, that's for sure. Famous. So I've heard Up mention a 6-week break. When was that mentioned? They announced their whole Age of Umbra thing that they're doing. I can believe Sam is an expert liar. Biggest memory that sticks to Scanlan moving in for a counter spell. I don't think they were. Oh, about him watching all the episodes of the Guxer? Yeah, that'd be insane. Jordan says, happy to catch a pre-show. I'm super pumped for tonight's episode. Can't wait to see Murray and Oxus come back together. So many people coming back together, Jordan. I'm super excited for it. Happy to have you in the pre-show. Welcome in. The break is going to suck the energy out of C4, in my opinion. It's a big gamble they're making. Well, it'll depend on where it's at that time. Stephanie, yes. We've played it on stream twice already. We played that trailer that they released today, Stephanie. So yeah, who knows? Nikki, yes, that is not how they're doing the Stone of Night song. Rules as written, yes. The Speak with Dead, you're limited. It's 5 questions. His Stone of Night song, Speak with Dead, is a very different thing. Do you know if Theo's got caught in the first place? Obviously, enemies of the Sundered Houses and wanted him gone, but he still had ties with Aaron Nessa. Do you do other live streams around D&D in general? I'm finally taking the reins of DM, and my partner refuses to help me. I've done some, yeah. When someone walks through the path or goes to the sea gate, they aren't there to talk, it seems. Yeah, exactly. That could be it. Do we know what hearing the Falcon's cry means? That's just the way of speaking to the rebellion, right? You had the Falconers' rebellion, and that was kind of their rallying cry. So when you say, I still hear the Falcon's cry, it's basically saying, like, I still believe in the rebellion. I still believe in dethroning the Sundered Houses, right? That sort of thing. Cherry Dad, welcome. It says, need to see some official Gus art. Please, shippers and artists need to see it. Rob says, nah, Murray and Cadigan gonna flirt again and pick up on that. Fair enough. Let's see. Rubber says, do you think Ozone is going to get in trouble knowing one of the assassins? I mean, do you think anybody knows that he knew one of them, though? Like, do you think that what happened that brief moment before his sister, like, you know, was whispering to him and TP'd out? Like, do you think that was, everybody was like, oh, look at this? You know, I feel like they just kind of happened in the thing. What? Carly, thanks for subscribing to the YouTube. Appreciate that. Have you enjoyed the map reveal? Yeah, the Dalmakiar map reveal was cool. I want the world more than I want Dalmakiar, but it helped us kind of get the scope. Dalmakiar is huge. If you guys haven't seen it, they released a map of Dalmakiar. The place is huge. And really cool. I love the river running through it, and like it's kind of in tiers going down into the lake. Like it is pretty neat. Remethes says, I don't think Hal would allow a Speak with Dead on his brother as much as the truth or answers might compel him. Better Sand says, Taisha knows plant growth, a spell that she would get at 5th level. I'm wondering if the reason Taisha hasn't leveled is because she is secretly a higher level than she lets on. Could be wrong, though. That would be very strange. That would be very strange. What if there is no cold open? That is also possible. Maybe they just go completely out of left field. My guess is there isn't a cold open. They just dive in. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? No campaign 4 for 6 weeks. Yeah, starting on July 9th. What if Brennan S. Primus is the cold open? Not sure from shipping Murray and Gus or Murray and Cat. Berzinger says, Sam doesn't watch the show. He's just the greatest listener in history. Dude has an insane acting memory. Bold prediction for P-Walk says, opening video will be about Tusk Love, read by Jester LaForge. That is a bold prediction. How many in-game days do you think the crew going to stay in Dalmakiar? I think 2 days until the play, but maybe some leave before then. No, the play is the next day. So they're at the night of the gala, right? That's where we left, night of the gala. The very next night is the play. So like literally within 24 hours, the play will be happening. Emma says, sorry to hit on Napod again, but I think you'd enjoy Dungeon Court. People write in the stories of injustice from their games, and as a Supreme Crit justices assess the rulings, I think you'd like. I'll have to check it out. There'd be news for it. He healed her though. Wait, Project, who? What? He healed her? What? Oh, you're saying that, yeah, okay. You're talking about Azune healing his sister. But again, you got to think about, like, there's chaos. Everybody's trying to kill King Gus, right? That's what they're there for. One assassin runs off, and then for, like, literally, think, what is around 6 seconds? Around 6 seconds. So for 2 of that, he goes, poof, and pumps a little life into her. Again, does that draw enough attention from Felonius, from... Yanessa, who was laying on the ground, does it draw enough attention that everybody's like, hey man, what was up with that? Why don't you tell me something about that? What's up with that? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case when it comes to that. Yes, Eliana, that one dead. That was the executioner, who was killed when they tried to stop him from dying because he was the last one. Reminded me on the Seekers promo, that was from Aranessa's point of view. That was not in-game either. Exactly. Yeah. That was very useful. I didn't realize how much crisscrossing Hal has to do every day going from his house to the theater. Yeah, very big city and a lot of like crossing around places. Sergeant Farron says, my mind had the orientation of the city split into what's on the right, on the left of the river flipped. Pretty surprised how well I was picturing it other than that. Heck yeah, let's go. Yasmite in Winter was straight out of a fairy tale, so gorgeous. I will be looking at the map as the episode runs tonight. That's a good idea. Rob says Murray and Cat 100%. Carly says the map of Damakiar gives me Rome vibes with the different neighborhoods and river. Yeah, I love the river running through it. I believe it's 2 days after the gala. I thought it was the day after the gala. Am I crazy? It was 2 nights before the opening. Oh, so everybody's correcting me. I was wrong. It's 2 days after. I thought it was the next night. My bad, chat. Thanks for getting my back. Yeah, everybody's now, I'm catching up on chat. Everybody's like, 2 days. So 2 days, guys. It was 2 days. Yo, what's up, Boise19? Also, Tej, Cordner, welcome in. So we have a potential love triangle and a potential love square. So we think Terror will enter Damakiar since they were trying to. I think Terror, they will get into the city. It's just a matter of like how and when, you know, like they'll probably sneak in somehow for sure. That river. So I agree. The river is very good. I'm a big fan of that. Can Wiki use his reanimation abilities if he dies to reanimate Theonzi, so they both live in one body? What reanimation abilities, Gene? When Age of Ember comes out, do you know if Campaign 4 will go on hiatus since it'll be Thursday? Yes. Yeah. 100%. Like, they're not, like, changing the night of the main campaign. You know, like, that's good. If that is running on Thursdays, which it is, then, yeah, it's gonna be 6 weeks without the main campaign. They have to have the dress rehearsal the day before. Boys say, I'm so excited to hear Murray break the news to the other schemers. Zach, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Taylor has no idea just how much they're looking for him specifically. Very true. Where's our vote for shipping? There was a vote. Will Murray and Gus get some more flirting in? 85% said yes. 85% said yes. Schemers will have a spa weekend to relax after all the chaos at the gala before the play. They could use it. When Claire says, I want Murray to break the news that she attempted to kill Wickstrom with no hesitation. Do you, what's up, Fright Assassin? Hello. Do you think the Shadow Snippers could remove Julian's creepy shadow thing? Yeah, I think so. Just go ahead and detach that. D&D Nerd says crazy theory. Another love triangle or throuple. Taisha, Howland, Belair. It could happen. I suppose. Is that what his family practices, or have I misunderstood? Are you talking about Octus? You said Wick. Wick's family is the Condescent Creed, the Halovars, right? Like they do the whole "we're the light," and then Octus's family, like he's the one who came back from the dead, and they're trying to like they deal with the dead and stuff. What do you think is the deal with the Aussie's pet familiar possible druid? Oh, that's Mara the Wing, 100%, Carly. 100%. When they're all like, oh, his companion or whatever, Mara the Wing. Mara the Wing. 100%. Here's a potential poll. Do we finally get more backstory out of Robbie about Cat again? I think so. But I am open to more polls. If you guys have an idea for a poll. Become a warlock and his brother is his patron. You talking about Hal doing that? Who do you think is going to be in the cold open? I've kind of answered this, Justin. I think there's three options. It's either the Seekers getting closer since they were still a ways out. They weren't even at Castle Torch yet when we saw them. So either we're going to get more of them to catch up to fill the gap, or we're going to get the Seeker or the soldiers starting to enter the city to find Belair in them, or we just start with the schemers wrapping up the assassination attempt. So those are kind of my three areas. I forgot about Julian's curse. I wonder what the curse is and what does it do? Same. Got here from your Louise Crosby interview. Great stuff, by the way. Thank you. Danny, question. Did you find it through him posting it on his story, or did you just stumble on it on YouTube? Daniel with another $5 super chat. Does the group find out where Mara is, and do they try to rescue her during the convergence? I hope so. I really do, because they did say, like, the Falcon's been captured, the Falcon's been brought to the manor or something like that, right? So I think they caught Mara. Parody Steve, in regards to Mara the Wing, says also might be held prisoner. Yep, that's exactly, being held prisoner. City says, not chatting much because I'm scrolling through sexy fan art. Okay, got it. Who is everyone most excited to see reconnect? Yeah, guys, answer Boise there in the chat. Answer that. Let's see. Sorry, I just saw an important message. Welcome into the Discord, by the way, Powerwolf. Can't wait to see the questions people may finally bring to Thimble now that the Aussie's death isn't so fresh and all these threads have come up. I'm ahead on chat. Ozune could easily say he was trying to get a live assassin. Yeah, totally true. What if Marwing is like Tobias from Animorphs, a druidic awakened falcon? No idea what that is. From Animorphs. Dragon Drake, thank you for the $5 super chat, says, how worried are we over Hal's meeting with the Photog after the gala? Especially after what happened. I wonder if it's still going to happen. Or if she's going to try to use that as a way to, like, alter it. Right? Like, that's possible. I am curious about that. That is a great question. Like, is the meeting still going to happen? How is it going to be different now that she's been reborn or brought back from the dead? Danny and Mr. Pop Art, thank you for subscribing to the channel, guys. Appreciate that. The pre-show is popping tonight. Yeah, yeah, 279. Let's go, guys. If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, guys. Right below the video, there's a thumbs up. Go ahead and click that for me. And if you haven't typed in the chat yet, type something in the chat. You can just type, hey, what's up? I'm new. NERDCORE, I love you. Your content sucks. Whatever you want to type. Just type something. Hopefully that'll push the algorithm. Mercer says, I need to see what is up between Azune and Julian. I agree. I want to know what the secret is. Poll, cold start, no cold start, gala start. Ooh, yeah, let's do it. We got a new poll. Let's do cold open. No cold open, straight back to gala. Seekers getting closer to city. Soldiers, send someone in. All right, new poll is up. The new poll is up. Go ahead and get your votes in. Is Mara the one who was crying at the window? No. That was like his daughter, Lord Einfeisen's daughter. Mara has been mentioned. We never met Mara. There was Mara Weaver, who was referenced as being captured or arrested, and the flashback sequence, the Forsaken one, where Liam was throwing a make-believe baby and Brennan was doing a wailing baby. In that scene, Mara Weaver was talked about. Whether or not that's the same as Mara the Wing, who was mentioned by the Druids with the Seekers traveling towards Tanazar. And then we heard about Mara again at another point. So she's been mentioned a lot. And then they talked about him having a Falcon companion and things like that. And then also now a Falcon has been captured and is at the Obra something manor, which is the Daconis manor. So my guess is Mara's been captured. Friday says, pull with the Creed will make Wick a hero martyr when he's back in the city. Octus and Double reconnecting should be exciting. I agree. Edwin says, do you think Ozane is going to go look for his sister since she might be the only one who can back up Murray's story? I think he'd love to find her. I don't think he's going to go looking. He has no information to go off of. There's absolutely nothing to determine where these people came from and where they're at. The manor is definitely Oberman Manor. Maybe they try to raid it while Prime is in the Revolutionary Council. Perhaps. Schematic Gibbs, thanks for the follow over on Twitch. It would be wild if Julian's curse, then he has a shadow attached to him, is the Ozzy shadow. Well, yeah, I thought about that for a while when I thought he was going to be Eldritch Knight or whatever. First book, we know what we talking about with the Hawk form trap. Poll looking forward to seeing what weapons and items they will get. Some of these are so broad, like I have to be able to create a couple answers for it, but obligatory something in the chat. Let's go. Something. Thank you. Vincent said the remaining Loys are in the capital city of Kahad. Enjoying the content, mate. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Sky Brandon. Want to see Oxus and Temple reunion, Julian, Ozane meeting, Cadigan's interactions with everyone. I agree. Hi, all. Hey, Jerry. The juxtaposition of the Photoshark faking his resurrection versus Murray and Belair actually pulling it off with Octus. That, yeah, true. I think the Photoshark is going to claim she's emerging as a new deity. Oh, that would be insane if she came back and was like, yo, I'm a shaper. Like, I'm a new god. Igley says, can't wait. Me either. I don't think any of us can wait. We still got an hour of the pre-show and an hour and 18 minutes before the rest. Dana Lou says, howdy from Texas. Howdy from Virginia. Off work tonight for the first time in a while. Let's go, Nerd. A great time to be off. Hey, what's up? I'm new. What's up, new? Nerds. What's up, big dog? Something in the chat. Thank you, new, not new, B Margie A. Let's see. Winterwolf, thanks for the follow over on Twitch. Danny, did you answer where you found the stream from? Or found the interview from? YouTube feed. Got it. Found the message. Never mind. Mama Hunt in regards to Mara says it may be too late for her. I think they said something about it at Tailgate. Really? What did they say? D&D Nerd says, are people going to be at NERDCORE Discord chat? I will be there. We all need to be there. There will be people, I promise. People will be there. I'll throw it in there again, guys. I do have a Discord chat dedicated to the when the episode is live. So if while you're watching something crazy happens and you want to be able to be like, yo, what was that? That was insane. That was so funny, blah, blah, blah. I have a chat set up specifically for that. Join there. There's always some people talking. It's easy enough to follow. There's not a million people in there. So if you want to do it, join the Discord. It's linked to the description of the video. We have great conversations in there, good people in there. So if you want to share your passion, jump in the Discord and just make sure you select the actual play tag. Sveticus says, my question is if they will have a new art for this Convergence arc. New art in what way? Has anyone seen Dispel Lodging Animated? They're dope. And there's one. Yeah, he's in here. Dispel is in here. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Bull? Kilgore says, typing something like, holy cow, great interview with Louise. Hey, thanks, Kilgore. Emma says, does anyone know what the hype this video YouTube function does? I click it for all of your videos, but don't know what it does. Hope it helps anyway. I'm sure it does. It's just another way for YouTube to be like, oh, this person's enjoying that. So yeah, type the like button or tap the like button, hit the hype button, press the buttons, type the chat. Yeah. I want to see Sam's reaction that Murray tried to kill Wick's grandma. I don't know if they'll say that. Chicken Mancers rise up. Curly, what's up? I kind of hope the cold open is something really random, not what we think. There's always room for that. Seraph says, I don't get the impression Gus has a wife, but who knows? Oh, my Joshy, what's up, dude? I'm very interested to see the new table compositions. I have a feeling after this performance at House Theater, he'll have to leave the city. I've also kind of thought that. Yeah. That it's not even that he'll have to leave, it's that he will be able to leave. Right? I think that's kind of where I'm at, is that once the play's done, it's like, okay, cool. We can I can move on. I can pursue these other things, find some stuff out. Constant vids, decent predictions. Let's go. I don't know what that means, Ryan, but welcome in, dude. You think we get a new intro seeing as King Assassination bit is done? Maybe, yeah. That'd be cool. Paul says, Tyranny is weeping because her father will appear and correct her on her choices and actions. Cold open is just Mar the Wings sipping a pina colada on the beach. I don't think the secrets would come back so soon, but the previews of the stadium row seating at the table is frying me. Yeah, the stadium row seating. I did mention that earlier. Yep. I like that. What if getting caught wasn't the Aussie's plans? Julian was in on it. I think it was a... Oh, I don't think Julian was in on that. I think that him getting caught is potentially something that was kind of like, okay, I'll get caught and I'll get freed if this goes to plan. But then Mara showed up flying, right? He looked up, he saw something, he saw a falcon. Mara telling him, yo, you got to go to the afterlife. I couldn't get in. And so that's why he was like, I'm not breaking the thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and die. I think that's it. Search for a sister on the back burner. Yeah, I agree with that. Rob says, since the groups are rejoining, do we think there will be a table shakeup when they separate again? Like, I think so, but I think it'll be smaller than we thought. I think like maybe 3 or 4 players swap up rather than like massive change ups. Where do we think the Loys are? I don't know. I think maybe just they went to a different, like an estate outside of Damakia, or maybe they got a nice like farm or ranch out, you know, something like that. So what is a sub noise? I think the Twitch thing is some guy I played Counter-Strike with one time scream like, you're kidding me or something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to hear it again. That's not bait. Like, I genuinely don't remember exactly what it is, but it is somebody screaming while we were playing Counter-Strike. I thought the Photar cosplaying as a god was the obvious bit. Fair. If it's up to Julian, he will push him to book it back to help Lady Aranessa. And I think they should. I think they should have gone there instead of coming back to freaking Damakiar. If she can escape death, what is the difference? So what I meant was, will Octus be able to sacrifice himself to reanimate the Aussie? I don't think so. Gene, no, I don't think so at all. I don't think they have that kind of power or anything like that. So I would not think so. DJ, thanks for joining the Discord. Steph, thanks for joining the Discord. Or welcome to the Discord schematic. Let's see. Do you think they're giving up for another level up before diverging into tables again, or do you think Brendan will stick to 1 level up per? I think it'll stick to 1 level up per table arc. But it could just be, again, when you're doing milestone, it's all about pacing. So we could be like, you know what? Hey, once Convergence is over, everybody level up for your arcs. Could completely happen. Do I think that stuff will have happened, enough stuff will have happened individually across everybody to warrant it? Probably not, but like it's milestones. So if that's where he wants the story to be, that's where he wants the story to be. I love how the Photark has a voice swap from public to private, and when she gets to the point of the gig is up and she swaps that accent, oh, it's the same. I absolutely love that when it happened. Maybe the resurrection is only the start. Maybe the bigger plan is to unchain the Celestial or something to do with that. Excited to see how the repainted Pariah Blades are going to factor. Yeah, when they clang together, there's a reaction. So I'm wondering. Kafunga says, Nerdcore, hi, hello. Do you think one of the players might die in this next few episodes of the Convergence? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I said this earlier. I think the gloves are coming off. I think the first arc, everybody was kind of safe. I don't think he wanted to kill anybody in the first arc. I think this point forward, I think the gloves are off and things can happen. That's my guess. Zaya Mag says, do we think the Dakona's family still need Octus for their machinations? No, I think they changed plans. I think they changed plans. They left Tanazar. Like they moved on. They were like, hey, this didn't work. Plan B. Like we already know. We know that they have a plan B that was mentioned in the letters and blah, blah, blah. I think they're moving to plan B. Or no, we got it from the augury from Murray. She got that. Pre-roll art, custom art for each table. Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah. How about a new opening sing-along theme? I hope so. I hope so. I still want Belair to interrogate. Yeah, he put the mask on and said that stuff was going to happen. Like, he was going to, like, come back, and that guy's just been sitting in there with no questions being asked. Again, I am just worried about Wick becoming a second chain dip slash show. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen. Thanks for showing that trailer. I hadn't seen it yet. No problem, Candace. No problem at all. Miro says, on the topic of Murray maybe not telling Wick she tried to kill her grandma, I'm excited to see what people will hide from each other more than what they will share. Ooh, okay. I like that approach. I like that approach. I don't see Hal leaving with Elodie and the girls there. He did try to prime her to leave, but I think Hal's dug in until he asked to leave. That's fair. So I think he will be more open to leaving and all that sort of stuff. And maybe if he leaves, maybe they don't go for them. I'm not sure. But I do think Hal could leave more than the others could leave. Let's see. The stuff that claps. What's up? I don't know if it's been talked about already, but I really didn't like that Brennan lied about his dice roll. It makes me think what else he's going to lie about. I don't think that was to me, that wasn't a problem at all. As he said, I think sometimes as a DM, like if you don't do that and you're just like, oh, she collapses to the ground, and then they go, is she dead? Right? Like if your players start to ask you, that was a beautiful way of keeping the plot alive, keeping the deception alive as a dungeon master to avoid things being asked that will make you out the situation. If the players don't know that she's not alive secretly, there's no reason for you to have to pretend that she is, right? Like, I don't know. I had no issues with it. No issues with it at all. I support it personally, because otherwise, yeah, people are going to like run up, or they're going to, you know, like, I thought it was a good idea personally. Yeah, and it wasn't even like a real, he never was like, she's dead. She's, you know, whatever. He just said like death save and rolled the die. I don't know. Perhaps going up to Timony to the sea door might explain Azune leaving in search for his sister, but his cover story is protecting Gus from further harm. I still don't know. Like, I think if he finds some clues to it, he might start to like look into what it, you know, is. But right now he has no information. So unless he finds more information, I don't see him doing that personally. Get it says, do you think something will break bad at the play yet? Since we already got a pretty big battle during the last episode, or maybe that will be more towards the end of the convergence. I don't know. I think something may happen at the play. I don't know if it's going to be like a massive, like the underworld comes up and fights everybody sort of thing, personally. But who knows? David Williams says, Thursday night, dude. Yo, what's up, dude? Let's see. Should pull over which PC is most likely to die first. I can only do 5 options. Any poll that I get, you guys, I can only do up to 5 options. So, if it's something where I got to put in 13 character names, I'm not doing the poll. So, all right. So as of right now, for this poll, we have cold open, no cold open. Straight back to the gala is winning with 1% at 39 over 38%. Seekers getting closer to the city, and the least is soldiers send someone in. So let me go ahead and wrap that poll up. Parody Steve says plan B. If the play is likely to go alt beep, the hero should try to come up with a plan by using a giant undead conjuration to their advantage. Sounds pretty easy, right? Yeah. Cakewalk. Ryan and Marshall says, I also like that Nerdcore responds to almost everyone, even me, someone who has just found him and mostly watches his scheduled posts on YouTube. I try, dude. Ryan, I try my darndest to respond to everybody. Brennan will try to trick them with it. As a DM, when you give something to the PCs, you subtly say it's fair game for him. Watching Marisha not help anyone during the fight, Talisman was probably having flashbacks to the bearded woman who let Male. To be fair, Marisha was helping. She was 100% helping. She was doing it in a very different way that was actually really smart. Like, she was getting information She was rearming Gus. She was healing Gus. She was doing a lot of smart plays that are, I mean, Louise said this in the cooldown. It's not sexy on paper, but it's so good. And Brennan even said when she held action, that's so hard for players to do, but it's the right call. Because if she reveals herself, like immediately drops invisibility, she's dead, dude. It's over. She's a goner. Similar to the token snaps for shield and dimension door, gave some to the schemers, but opened the door for the assassins to have escape spells in their pocket. Loved it. Loved it. Schematic Gibbs, first time chatter over on Twitch, says, what does everyone think of the level up when you want game style? Your table started doing it. Well, it's still he tells them you can now start, right? Yours isn't just like level up whenever you want, you guys, just at all times. You're still following the system of like, once I say you're free to level up, you can then find the right moment for you, right? Like that's what you're asking. Yeah, what do people think about that? Yay or nay? TJ says, I'd love to see Sam release the Chained Up Angel. The problem is that like it's a lunatic, like feral angel that would probably kill him just as soon as like attack somebody else. Paul says, what if the speech giver was Tyranny's devil father, speaking to the houses like equals, playing them, manipulating them? But they did say the thing about like the Taconas would serve again like we did before, something like that. So I don't know. So is it just this episode tonight and then 6 weeks? No. The 6 weeks thing isn't until July 9th. That's when they're going to swap to the Age of Umbra season 2, the Silo Lands or whatever. So we should get this all the way up until what, like July 1st or 2nd or something. I would hope. This is definitely turning out to be a cool AF Wii community over here. Glad to be part of it. Happy to have you. AKA says, belief seems very important in this campaign. Photarga is going to have a bunch of new followers. What does that mean for Photarga with all the belief? Exactly. Exactly. Like her having an audience for it was so key. When Brittany described that everybody was now running up to see what was happening in this room, and that's when she got resurrected. It was like, oh man. Then the angel will rampage and destroy the Almakiar. They lost all reason, a higher level thing. Exactly. Yeah, they're feral. How many episodes do you think the conversions will be? 3 to 4. Campaign 4 jersey is very comfortable. Oh, are you wearing it now? I still debate getting a Campaign 4 jersey like every time I think about it. I'm like, oh, I kind of want a campaign jersey. That Campaign 4 one with it looks so good. It looks so good. When Clara says, Murray gives me the vibe of that character in an anime who's like a mentor, knows their stuff, and then at the end of the season 1 dies. Oh. Do you think those light hounds from Halo Bar can be saved? Try to make sure no puppies down. No, I don't. I think they're dogs that were like created to kill and have powers. They're not the hounds, right? Like the hounds are like the hounds. I don't think they're that. I think they're dogs with magic power thing. I thought plan B was Octus, so this would be plan C. I may be mistaken. No, I think Octus, the whole thing that they were trying to do, they wanted to try to do with Octus. All the other like Tertia and all that was still the same plan with Octus. I think they just realized they needed Octus because he hadn't made a connection to the Tenebral Reaches and whatnot. Where can I watch the stream for free? What do you mean, Crow Queen? It's free when they stream it. Twitch and YouTube at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's free right there. TJ says, I believe Wick will rise up and become the new god of light. Brennan seems to suggest their seats are just open. That's not a real lie. Yeah. Party Steve, in regards to Hounds of the King, says, I wonder if they're more based in Houndsport. How could there not be? Also, if so, would they be sea dogs? There's definitely more Hounds of the King. Sorry, I'm skimming through to catch up on chat. Eugene, hello. With that HKJHKJH. Tell your cat I said hi. See, I don't think he deceived. He rolled a dice and reacted. He never said what came up on the die roll. Towson assumes an @1 from his right. To be fair, so when people make that argument, they're like, oh, he never said it. He sold it as such. Right? Like, he like 100%. He made the face. Taliesin reacted that way. He reacted that way. He sold it as such. Like, yeah. I only wish he hadn't said cheating because of this reaction. Yeah, he just chose a language, and to me, I don't view it as such. I don't at all. Winkler says, can you explain the mechanics behind augury and classic D&D and how Brennan and Russia are playing it? They sort of touched on it in the tailgate, but I don't have the knowledge of those mechanics. Augury is typically more of like you can ask the DM a question, kind of like God, of like, is this a good idea? And he can be like, yes, no, we're not sure, right? Like he can basically give kind of those vague answers. They're using augury as like, you're seeing into the future and you're getting all this information coming from 17 different places. Their augury is crazy. Their augury is like 100 times better than the actual augury. I have a feeling that something's going to happen with the paint during the play. It's quite possible. The play will be closing of the first act like in a movie trilogy. It will set the parties in their next directions. I can see that, yeah. Yet to me, Brennan wasn't lying, even though he used the word lie. It led for a sick moment. It made sense. It would be worse if he rolled like a 2 and said he rolled a 17. Yeah. If something does happen at the play, I think it would be the emergence of whatever Belair feels at the grounds. Yeah, that's just been kind of left. If you roll death saves when a character is dying, how do you sell play? Exactly. That's Goldman said exactly. It's kind of like the same thing. They brought up in the tailgate that Matt has done that stuff plenty of times. He'll just randomly roll something behind the screen so that when he's actually rolling for something, they don't know, right? He'll just roll and he'll be like, okay, right? That as a DM, sometimes you have to pull that stuff out or else like your players always know real, not real, this, that, and the third. Like, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Also, welcome in, Golem of Sin. Yo, Astro Pandas, what's up? Welcome in. Daniel says, when they called Brennan stuff close-up magic, that is a better description of what he's doing than cheating. Is doing a trick. Yeah. Did not mean to repost. All good, David. All good, all good. I 100% agree that what Brennan did was not a lie. It was literally no different than the DM fudging rolls or doing well, I think, yeah, non-consequential rolls to heighten tension. That's kind of what I was saying with Matt Mercer. Mr. Broken Mask would enjoy a nice play, yeah? The pop art? You're thinking maybe a little broken black mask out of a box? Let's see. Gallon Griffin, what's up? Do you think any of the PCs are going to die in the Convergence arc? I think it's possible. I've said this several times in the stream. I think the gloves are coming off for Brennan. I think the first arcs, he was pretty like, I don't really want people to die already, blah, blah, blah. I think from this point forward, the chances go up. Do I think it's a guarantee? Do I think no? Do I think the chances are now real? Yes. Yes. Yeah, we can do that poll. Let's do, which table gets the first dead? The problem is that if the tables change up, these aren't going to make as much sense, right? Because somebody's going to be like, oh, well, I think this person's going to die, but then that person ends up on another table. We'll do it anyway. New poll up in the chat, guys. Go ahead and vote in that. Throw a vote. Also, if you're new here, which you probably are, we have over 300 people in here, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you'll get more of me in your feeds. So if you like Dungeons & Dragons, Critical Role, nerdy stuff in general, actual plays like, you know, Dungeon Masters, CR, all that stuff, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to join the Discord, linked in the description as well. We have a Critical Role live chat where everybody talks during the episode and exchanges fun moments. Also, if you want to support me continuing to do this full time, consider becoming a member here on YouTube. It's $5 a month. Cost of a, why can I never say this? Cost of a cup of coffee. It's because there's 3 C words. Cost of a cup of coffee per month to support the channel. So yeah, follow if you're on Twitch or TikTok. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Subscribe on Twitch if you have a Prime sub. It's free, right? Amazon Prime means Twitch Prime, which means subscribe for free. NERDCORE GG over there. All that stuff. Super chats are another great way to support. So super chats, membership, stuff like that. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let's keep it going. At the play, they definitely need to use C invisibility. Oh yeah. William Bennett, what's up, dude? Technically, you can roll a death saving throw anytime you want. The difficulty could just be -10 if they're alive and healthy. Fair enough. SW, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that. Murray was helping in a crucial way. She didn't get his weapon. That fight goes very differently. Very true. Hello, first time here. How's it? Yo, what's up, Mila? Welcome in. Doing well. Excited for tonight's episode. All right, I am once again, there's so many messages, I'm falling behind again, so I'm gonna go fast here. AVPH, welcome in. The Secrets have to reanimate Sid as they have the antidote. I think after they get that done, Julian will ask to split to the Golden Orchard. Canogal says, I thought the fudge death saving roll was perfect. I love that Marisha and the table only found out because of the portent, and I loved the Fictor Resurrection. It was awesome. Also, I don't remember exactly who brought up that they didn't necessarily love that. I hope you're not taking any of this personally. I'm certainly not attacking you. We're all entitled to our opinions. It's not a big deal at all. So please don't take it in any way like we're like, wow, dude, you're so wrong. Not at all. I have no problem with you feeling that way, even if I feel differently. I just want to put that out there. Definitely not attacking. I knew it was somebody who's come in here and talked before, so I hope you know that I'm not coming at you at all by saying that that's not how I saw that. Louis says, I'm thinking about Valus using the stone and cast Speak with Dead and trying to talk to the Odyssey. Maybe that happens just before the play and the Discover Promises plan. Right? So we talked about that earlier. I don't think it's possible. I do not believe that Speak with Dead can be used on Theosy anymore. My guess, I don't think Brennan's going to allow it in general, but my guess as to how he will say it can't happen is because the orcish ritual that he went through for days sitting in Hal's living room prevents the dead from being disturbed. Or he'll just say, oh, you try to talk to him and suddenly you can't. He's somewhere else, right? Like, I don't think he's going to allow that. That's my take. No Speak with Dead with Theosy. Nathan, what's up, dude? I implemented it with my tables, and it's made the end of arc so much more exciting and meaningful. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Lots of love for Marisha and Murray here. The mention where peace out was unexpected. Thought assassins would fight to the death. No, absolutely not. Getting out of here. Getting out of here. Sid isn't dead. Couldn't they read his thoughts, or is he technically, like, not aware? He's petrified. I don't know how his brain works in that regard. But, I think that once they give him the antidote or they find a way to get him out, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. But I don't know that he's going to have a lot of information, to be fair. Like, for all we know, he ran with the deed, got caught, got turned to stone. That's it. Like, I'm going to guess that he's going to have overheard one or two things before he got turned to stone. But, yeah. No, Nurik, it's going to be on Thursdays. The Age of Umber will take over on Thursday, starting on July 9th for 6 weeks. KLV on Twitch says, I love the idea of level up when you want. I feel like sometimes you are mid-task, but when you have a whole new set of skills, do you abandon what you were doing, you use new skills. Player's choice on leveling up themselves, +1. Let's go. If I had a penny for every time a bearded lady let others go down while they did nothing, I'd have 2 pennies. Just odd that it happened twice. Sixpool, what's up, dude? I thought the timing for the res was rushed. People haven't absorbed that Photarch was dead. It needed to linger for bigger impact. Yeah, from the crowd. Yeah, they didn't really get to see too much of it. All right, catching up. Party Steve says a resurrected Photarch. Well, there were a lot of witnesses to her resurrection. Not many saw her killed. True. Ashley, welcome to the Discord. Houndsport, Seador connected? I think so. Possible. Gorbash says, did not show a notification. Apologies for my lateness. No problem, dude. Welcome in. Good to have you. We still got some time left. Hounds turned out to be kind of paper tigers with the nose. Yeah, that whole thing with the hounds immediately going down was such a sad scene too, though. Balacho, welcome in. Hello. Puts the consciousness in suspended animation. Okay. Like Liam said about the false nat 1, love some close-up magic. Yeah, I don't think there's any problem with it. Ryan says, how do we all feel about getting a city map and not a regional map? They've got to start somewhere. You know, I still think they're ironing out some of the other details, or they don't want us to see it before it's been mentioned. So I'm hoping over the next month or two, I think by the time they take the break, we'll get a region map. That's my guess, is we'll get one by the time they take the next break. What's the deal? Yeah, Debs, same. That she said, I remember, and he's saying, remember, I want to know what all that's about. Cherry Dad says, Marisha talked about talking to Brennan and wanting to make divination feel more cool. She was really, if you don't agree, yeah. Yeah, so that's why they allowed that to happen, but that is definitely not how that's supposed to be used. Yo, what's up, Purple Tiger? Welcome in. Good to see you. City Honor says, wonder if the paint came from the guy in the woods. The same paint he used for the eggs giveaway that were about to expire. On the, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Ashley says, how many people would join the pre-shows when you first started doing them? We've never had this many. We've never had over 300, I don't think. I think one of the first during the Overture, I might have gotten up to close to 200 once, but then for a while, between like the soldiers and throughout the schemers. Towards the end of the schemers, we finally got to like 200. But most of the time I sat probably around, there were a lot of pre-shows where I just had like 100. Like we'd sit at like 70, 75, peak at like 105, around like 920, and that was it. So this is definitely the most, like the biggest pre-show we've ever had. So a little round of applause for you guys. Thanks for being here for this pre-show. It's the biggest pre-show we've ever had. Kelly says, Marisha has grown so much as a player. Last week really showed this character is bringing out her skills as note taker, brilliant mind. She's bringing it to the campaign even with her magic. Agreed. She's doing a great job. Chitali says, Brennan is an aggressive kill unless the player or characters need to be, or the players make horrid decisions. I think the first death will be because someone makes a bad choice. Yeah. Golem says, I'll actually be heartbroken if the first death is from the schemers, so I'm fully expecting for Brennan to rip my heart out. Totally fair. Totally fair. Mila says, do you watch the live stream here together and talk? It's my first time here. No, I don't think you're allowed. I've never asked. I do typically do a watch party for the Dungeon Master's actual play, which is the official D&D one that's just started. It's on episode 6. I do watch parties for that because Dungeons and Dragons has given me permission to do a watch party. Critical Role, I don't think they do that. I think like you can't stream it. Not only that though, I do recaps, so I take notes the entire time. I pause, I go back, I fast forward, I go back. It would be a terrible experience for you guys to watch it with me. So we do not do that. We do a watch party in my Discord, which is linked in the description below. We have a live chat. If you join the Discord, everybody talks in there while they watch the episode on their own. But we don't stream it here. At 9:45, I end my pre-show, so you guys have 15 minutes to get snacks, go to the restroom, set up for the actual show. So I end 15 minutes before the actual show starts. Maybe tonight I push it because it's going so well. Maybe I end it at 9:50 or something. Who knows? But that's the normal thing. All right, let me catch up on chat again. Sorry. If you said something that you really want me to see and I skip over it, just say it again. SW says, happy to catch a pre-show. Happy to have you catch a pre-show. Which new table configuration gets first death, or from the original tables? Yeah, that's why it's like, it's hard to say because the tables might change. So when we did this poll, it was like, we don't really know. How long before episode 26 starts tonight? As in like, how long is the cold open, Warhead? Yo, Astra, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I mean, it starts technically in 48 minutes, but whether or not we get something else, I don't know. And that's how I know I'm 6 minutes behind, because somebody just said AK Flop said 54 minutes. David says, chat bump of the night, 300 good number, but y'all slacking with only 100. You guys aren't liking? Below, click the thumbs up, guys. Click the thumbs up. Boy says Azune was described in the tailgate as a bag of broken glass, so he's spread very thin and everyone is holding their breath around him. Yeah, I mean, we've seen that he's very on edge about a lot of things. Gotta love more people joining in, myself included, like finding a little party with the door open. Oh, you guys having a great old time over here? Don't mind if I do. Welcome in, dude. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Again, do this every Thursday. I do some other live streams as well, so feel free to stop by anytime and talk Dungeons and Dragons, Critical Role, anything like that. Gus saying you effed up. Oh, when he got up, picked up a sword, was like, you effed up, and just started hacking him. Oh, Gus is so cool. He's so cool. Are you getting new views on your interview with Louise since he posted it? Yeah, I mean, it's been continuing to get views. My interview with Louise has continued to get, now it's slowed down. But I can see, like today, yeah. He shared it, and then, you know, we got 18 views from 2 to 3 p.m., 21 views from 3 to 4 p.m. So yeah, they've been there. 100%. Yo, Astra, thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody else has Twitch Prime, you got a free sub laying around. Just, it's free to subscribe on Twitch. So twitch.tv/NERDCORE GG. Yo, Dane, what's up? HB, let's go. If Brennan wants to give out free info as he does, maybe Theozy sends the tables a message from Afterlife instead of employing Speak with Dead. That would be wild. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. Mila Gross, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patricia says, I want to see someone try to speak with Theozy just to see how Brennan fails the attempt. Yeah, I'm also interested because I want to know if I'm right. So I do think they're going to fail I don't think they'll be allowed to do it, but I want to know if I'm right about it. Really happy that Zach will be a part of the Age of Umber. Really enjoys D&D related channel. I think the players believing Brennan in the first place when she got taken down in one shot was crazy. Well, so here's the only reason I think that it was happening is because he described it as a black arrow. I think because he described it as like a special arrow or bolt, that's the only reason they didn't question it. Because if you would have said, oh, they fire a bolt at her, she falls, I'd be like, no, no way she's one-shottable like that. But a special arrow, then maybe. The scheme material is so different. I love it. Agreed. Asher says, would we need to watch the first Umber campaign for the second version that will be released after the C4 Convergence arc? I don't think so, but I don't know. Brennan, I'm gonna kill that dog Mulligan. I hope not, dude. Party Steve, in regards to Photark's death, says, how well can she sell her death? Will she actually have a magical bolt sticking out of her chest? Will there be some sort of her actual blood on the ground? If so, snag some. Yeah, take her blood. They updated the map today. Whoa, what did they do? Eugenie, what did they do? It wasn't that the hounds were bad. The assassins were prepared specifically for them. It was exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got hit with something that was like a counter to them. Yeah. Daniel says, I endorse Lou Wilson as guest player for Sid. That probably won't happen, but it would be fantastic. Agreed. JR says, over on TikTok, says, I love the use of Arcana rolls for ability to modify the spell, so it's not just game-breaking stuff. Yeah, we talked about, in my interview with Louise, we talk about this, where like sometimes a player wants to do something, you're like, not so sure that's really, and so you ask for a roll to not just be a no guy, but also not just be a yes guy or gal, right? It's a way to like make it in the game. Oh, you want to alter this a little bit? Let's see if we can make it happen. Sometimes it's going to be hard. When you say, give me an Arcana, I'm not going to make it a 10. I'm going to make it a 22. But if you get it, you're able to alter it a little bit. Yeah. Debs with a $2.70 super chat says, fires arrow at your super chat target. Let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Drop a like. Yeah. Can you chat live on YouTube chat during the show? Wait, what? Chat live on YouTube chat during the show. Chat. I don't know. Monday, what's up, dude? Nerd Alert, also a great interview with Lou. Hey, thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nathan says the large crowd size is definitely because of how excited everyone is for the Convergence. Oh, I agree. I agree. And because my content is fantastic, Nathan. Okay? Why don't you include that part? Kidding. I wonder if the paint can be used to paint the door to other places. Transportation is a problem in this world, and Brennan made a clue about rivers. Fast travel would be so. That would help. But I don't want a bunch of fast travel. Like, I want to explore the world. It's so early. It's so early to be traveling around, you know? Well, it's a bit late for you. Will you try to and watch it full or catch up later? I will try to watch it completely tonight. I will try to watch it completely tonight. Yeah. It starts at 10 p.m. for me. So we'll see. Discord live chat though, right? Yeah. We have a Discord live chat. I think I've hit just about every pre-show. Let's go. Christian Bennett, thank you for following over on TikTok. Appreciate that. If you guys are on Twitch, follow. If you're on TikTok, follow. If you're on YouTube, click that sub button. All those things are free, guys. They're great ways to support and also get more of me in your algorithms. Spooky Page, what's up? Live chat is great. Join us in the Discord if you haven't. That's right. There we go. New poll. Should NERDCORE go live for longer tonight? It would be like five or 10 minutes. I'm not gonna do a poll for that. But let's look at what we got. In terms of which table gets the first death, it looks like Soldiers. Soldiers had the lead with that. Let's get somebody give me another idea for a poll. So I think I'm done with that. Oh, really, Mama Hun? Why is that? Tara says, even though I watched the episode live, each time your recaps have become a vital source for information and insights I missed. That's what they're there for, Tara. I'm happy to hear that the recaps have helped. I will continue to do them. Would you like to see a character death or even a TPK from one of the parties, GamerGirl49 says. No. I don't seek death. Like, I don't know. It's either way, you know, like I'm down for whatever. Like if it happens, it happens, cool. But I'm not like, somebody needs to die. Like, I don't care. I didn't realize I could sub on Twitch for free. Yeah, if you got Amazon Prime, that means you got Twitch Prime, which means you can subscribe for free. Let's see. I'm glad that Gus didn't kill Azune's sister. Same. Justin says, what are the chances Julian gets himself killed after finding out Primus is back in Demacia, in your opinion? Oh, like he runs in like guns blazing? Oh, yeah, he's probably going to get mad. Will anybody be able to calm him down and stop him from doing that? Is a great question. That is a really good point. I think it is. I think it is quite, ooh. I think somebody will stop him. I also think he's smart enough that like he has a rage inside of him, but I also think that he's not going to just run in and die. Good question though, Gamer Girl. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Gamer Girl. That was Justin. Thank you. Andy the Pandy says, great job at the Louise interview. He's shown to be such a great I agree. He's doing such a great job. He was so fun to talk to. He's such a cool dude. I hope we get more of them. I really do. I hope I get to chat with him again and some other people, hopefully. So if you guys ever talk to them and say, hey, you should do an interview with NERDCORE, you know? Armor Guard, welcome in, says, so obviously some big event at Hallowed Round is going to kick off the next arc, but or would you expect any theories? I'm wondering if that's like almost a red herring. And like that's not really like the massive thing that has been happening, like it's going to be something, but I think something will happen. What will happen, I don't know. I'm not sold on the idea that like it's some massive portal and like it's going to be attacked by like the undead or something, because I don't think Theozy would have set up for that. But maybe it's how Theozy can pop back out or something. I don't know. Other people can put their theories. Happy to say I was one of the first live watchers of the Louise interview. Let's go. Bruce Zinger says, I'm proud of the core thought when she went down that went false flag, like when they were even speaking in Karozi while in the chamber fighting. Gamer Girl says, I honestly hope there isn't a way for Theozy to come back to life. I think it's possible that he's like down there doing something. Eugenie said they fixed some art and locations, corrected the full list of visit locations. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. The poison damage was insane too. Phochart getting hit by Black Bolt could be reason was nasty. That's, yeah, 100%. How many sessions with everyone back? Sir Nerdall, we don't know, but my guess is going to be 3 to 4. I'm thinking 3 to 4 episodes. Personally. That's my guess. Milo says, oh wait, no. Iris Haven says, I'm nervous about Wix since it seems like a sister really wants him gone. Yeah. Also, we haven't talked about the mistress of Hollis, so basically the mystery woman who was the one who like got the paints or whatever. Or I want to know who she is. I don't think we've met her yet. I think she's a different person. Maybe more the Wing, maybe, but I don't think so. So I want to know who that is. Chats for the streams are disabled except on Beacon. Yeah, even on Beacon, there's no chat. It's just the Discord. It would be nice if they had a live chat on Beacon. So taking as it does, yeah. Critical Role YouTube does not have live chat. Yeah, they turned all those away. New poll, have you liked the video? Oh, true. Let's do that. Let's see. All right, there we go. New poll. Only use emotes during. Yeah, you got to think the Photark is more powerful, higher level than the lady sucked into the mask. But I think they could be about equal. Another night without sleep for me. Yeah. Edmund says, sorry, I keep missing the channel and super chat. I don't know why I don't see it. It's all good, dude. I appreciate the super chat, regardless. I don't want to jinx things by saying this, but do you think Brennan might kill Wolfric as a way to soft test the idea of killing a PC? I don't think so. Poll for which character will die first. I can't put all the options in there. So this is going to be a short poll, because this is just a for funsies poll. But then I will do like how long the overture will be. Yeah, we'll try that. Random table combinations. Put some random ones you suspect might happen. Let people vote on those most likely. I don't know. That'll take a long. Go to us late night episode morning shift critters. Hitting PCs die. Yeah, I just don't seek it out. That's all. I'm quite a ways behind on chat, guys. So I'm going to skip through again. If I say anything, or if you have something super important, just retype it because I'm going to kind of skip towards the bottom so I'm not too far behind. Will you watch the Daggerheart Shadowlands? To be determined. I've been talking about that. Making death both common and dramatic is a tough line to row. I agree. Famine says, hey, NERDCORE, just want to say that the pre-show seems to be getting more and more traction. Might just be because of the convergence, but still, so wanted to do congrats and let you know that you deserve it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, are we going to have 335 every time? Probably not. But this is awesome. Thank you to everybody who's here. I do these every Thursday. Subscribe to the channel so you get more of them. Glory be pro, welcome in. I'm curious how Brennan does a death compared to Mercer. Yeah. I think we will get one. It's just a matter of when. Because assassination attempt, Gus will be in city longer. Maybe, or he'll just get out. I think Tyranny and Wakander are going to be joining the schemers table. It's possible. All right, again, skipping ahead. Madison K, welcome in, says, I think the Hallowed Round was another option for a base of resurrection, but because it was painted with the anti-magic blood paint, even if they start the ritual, it will fail. Okay, so you think being painted kind of is messing up what the plan was. But they specifically said like they had to like take a boat somewhere or something, so I wouldn't think that that would be the case. In that letter that the twins had written. Chitali says, do you have any opinions on what info was shared and or withheld? Like, is Wick going to reveal the false contracts? Will the soldiers? Well, I think they're going to reveal things to people they think should be in the know about certain things. Like, not everything every group or person needs to know about, but I think for important parts they should do that. I don't see a lot of secrets being held. I don't think there should be a lot of secrets held amongst the group and stuff like that, personally. Conran, welcome to the Discord. Kelly, welcome to the Discord. Past Work, welcome to the Discord. I do have that Critical Role channel, so feel free to jump in there and chat all about Critical Role. We have a Critical Role live chat in the Discord, link in the description. Hawkins is the best. Loved Hawkins. I haven't seen any of the Aussie art from CR, which is wild, seeing as we've heard so much about him. Well, he was in the main image, right, with the blindfold on. Jekka says, all dogs are good dogs. Which hound is the best? Hawkins. How do I give it a thumbs up or like from my phone? I don't know. Iriandia, welcome in. I think the theater paint is to create a portal, but to shoot undead into death, so depriving... Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Marissa says, I feel like the mistress is either fey or demonic. Agreed. I was thinking towards that. Louise, poll for subclass guest. Draconic seems like they based on that and the HP. Yeah, I think most people are going to pick Draconic. I think it's hard to pick something else. Just Jordan, welcome in. Theozzy definitely allowed himself to die once he learned the Dakonas were doing weird stuff in the afterlife. He's probably over there causing problems from the other side. Agreed. Louis thought they would do swap to 2 tables. I don't know. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Glory says, do you think the players have their backup player already as an NPC in the game? No. KLV says, where's the poll? It should be in the chat. Should be just right over the chat. Unless you are on... so for those of you, if you're on the vertical feed, if you're looking at me and all you see is like this much space, the poll is being made on the full screen chat. So if you click on my page, there's 15 people in the vertical stream. There's a horizontal stream with everything on it. You can see a lot more, and the poll is in that chat. I can't post a poll in 3 different places at the same time, unfortunately, so... Berzinger says, never underestimate Brennan's willingness to murder pretend animals. Terrible. Hal's daughter does feel like a PC. You think so? Let's see. Schematic says, I'm subscribed to Beacon, but unfortunately the UI is pretty crap. I find, especially for mobile, only get better, but they aren't ready to manage their own live chat. It would be great down the road. Yeah, well, they have somebody come in for that, right? They hired somebody to kind of head this, and they've already announced some big stuff for it. So, Estrella the Fool, welcome in. I'm so excited. Me too. There's a theory that the bolt was enchanted with feigned death. Ooh, that's a good one. Boise says, what character does everyone love and what character does everyone want to see grow stronger? Showtime soon. Yo, what's up, Ever? Cozy Level 1 says, Soldier's Table won the last poll, so you could just do a poll for which of the Soldier's Table might die. Ahoy, critters. What's up, Rabbit Renaissance? Welcome in. What if the paint is a protection barrier? What if some really bad house plan comes in, but the odds they made a circular protection kind of vibe with it? Always possible. Always possible. 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes to showtime. Anyone else's audio cut out? Going to restart YouTube? Oh, everybody else still hear me? Yeah, I don't think he was blindfolded during the execution. I'm not sure why they put a blindfold on him. Are you usually on the Discord while the show is going? I type in the chat, yeah. Anthony Writes Fantasy says, hey, never been in here before. Welcome in, Anthony. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Oh, the Crit Roll Discord. No, I'm not normally in there. No, I'm normally talking in the live chat in my Discord. Mila says, it's interesting how Octus and Wicander's families are doing a lot of questionable things, but the relationship with them are different. Yeah, very different. Very, very different. What are your expectations for tonight's episode? I think we get the first reactions to the assassination attempt. We get to see the initial things that the Photarch says upon being brought back, and if she saw a vision or something. And then we kind of get the soldiers entering the city and that sort of thing. I think that's what we get. From there, I'm not sure. Jersey, but welcome into the stream. Weird thought. What does everyone get sucked into the pain at the play, and that is why there's a 6-week delay, because this is the next act? Probably not, but never know. That'd be crazy. Diagonal stream win. Yeah, I got vertical, we got horizontal. We'll do diagonal streams next. What's up, Angsa? Looking over the teaser, there was a combat scene with someone chained up for a sacrifice. Do we think the Draconians are attempting another celestial ritual? At that point, maybe. Or maybe it's the Halobars. Cadigan sounds like he has too much backstory to be killed off soon, but it could happen. Nikki says, as GM, I think the paint has given me a lot to think about. Do you think Brennan doesn't know what the paint does, but put this mysterious item there to drive people crazy with? No, I think he knows. I think he knows. I want to know more about Cadigan. Don't we all? Let's find out. Yeah, my internet got a little wonky for a second. It looked like it. Thanks for all the recaps to catch me up. No problem. Not surprised. Happy to help. Happy to help. Anthony, I think they're there somewhere. If you go to like the wiki, the Crit Wiki, they're probably listed there for what everybody knows. Anthony Writes Fantasy. Guys that canceled Destiny 2. Yeah, they did. End of Destiny 2. Yo, what up, Eyeball? What up, hoping for combat? But that's me every episode. Fair enough. Well, we just got a banger one. If we got another one already, that'd be kind of crazy, because the last one was intense. Justice is... Oh, that's true, Just Jordan. Yeah, Justice is blind. Where it says, I'll probably head to bed before the episode picks up, but I'm sure I'll get sucked in to watch the full episode tomorrow like I did last week. Fair enough. Do you think it's better to watch the episode on phone or computer? I normally will start right here. Like, I'll put a beacon up and I'll have my notes up. And then at some point, I probably move to the bed and just do my notes on my phone. Do you think the PCs will switch table? I think a couple will switch. I don't think it will get like I don't think it's going to be like 7 players move. I think it's going to be like 3 or 4 maybe. Oh, we talked about this earlier, Anthony. I kind of have 3 ideas for who it might be in terms of the cold open. I think it's either we jump straight into the gala scene where the schemers were, or we get the soldiers starting to enter the city by sending somebody in to find Belair, or we get the Seekers moving closer, because last we saw them, they weren't even at Castle Torch yet. What? K Tower, thanks for the subscription. Jersey says, so thankful to have found the channel, another click and community of people who love CR. Thanks for cultivating this. Absolutely, dude. Happy to help. Happy to help. I love this. The break is mostly because it's a new baby Mulligan. Well, he already took that original break. This one could be for Taisha or Bria, who's also pregnant and having a baby, so it could be for that. And also, I think they schedule this in general. Don't they normally take time off in the summer? So this might just be like the normal thing, right? It might not be anything like that. No snacks here, just another Jose Silver and raspberry iced tea. Cold up won't be that old gnome guy just making himself breakfast for himself and whistling a little tune. Love it. Dana Lou says, where's everyone watching from? Texas here. I've already said I'm from Virginia. I said it earlier, but I really hope they don't spend 3 hours exchanging information. Yeah, I don't think so, and I also hope that. If anyone dies, they roll a new character and still play, though, right? Yeah, as of right now, the plan is anybody dies, they make a new character. Yeah. Winclair says, thing is, Murray will want to pull aside the Seekers to state the info they got, but maybe the Halovars will want to question everyone separately. Venezuela here. Hey, nice, Milas. Surround Sound says, what do you think will happen with Abria and her pregnancy? Maybe her character takes a break for a bit, or it links up with a time that they're not. Remember, the fact that they have 3 tables allows everybody to just have time off. Even if I don't love it, it allows them to all have time off. So if they have the recordings of the Seeker's already done, or whatever table she's on, she has like 3 months or 2 months before she has to record again. So that's time to be spending at home. And then they also have the summer break. And then they still like, I'm sure they're working it out. Or maybe it is that just like her character goes off on a side quest. Like when Sam had to step away, like, you know, the character died, but you know, right. They can figure something out. Kentucky here. Nice. 2 tables would be optimal, in my opinion. I think the soldiers split between the Seekers and Schemers because those guys need the manpower. I would love 2 tables, but I don't think they're going to do it. Eyeball says, yeah, I'd be lost without recap shows and flowcharts and timelines. It was rad to see the map. It was very cool. It was very cool. Indianapolis here. Nice. Austin, were you the one who said the thing about Gen Con? Somebody said that earlier. I'm going to Gen Con. That's in Indianapolis. Mama Hunt says, I can stay awake for the cold open, but after that, I'm usually out. I Will Break You says, I have a theory that whatever the Sundered Houses have planned, it will have at least involve sabotaging the play. Either House kids will get severely hurt or die, or he dies himself. That is quite the theory. Quite the theory. Do cons and tours, yep. I'm so sleepy, but there's no way I'm not watching this live tonight. We'll see. Okay, Heavy Legs video. Okay, let's end that poll. We'll do the one, how long will the convergence be? And we'll say 1 episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, 4 or more episodes. All right, new poll is up. New poll is up. Vote in the poll. If you are on the main YouTube chat, the horizontal one, it is in the chat. Oh, we got a couple people from Cali. Okay. Cheers from Ireland. Let's go. Bria's pregnant. Yep. The break is to accommodate live shows and convention travel, among other things. Yeah. Sounds like they had already started filming the Convergence when they were doing Sam's 24-hour. Oh, they had already finished it. When they did an interview, Sam, who was it? It was Sam, Travis, and somebody, maybe Matt, were doing an interview like 2 months ago, I feel like, and they said they had just wrapped up the Convergence. So, yeah. Maynard, nice. Any thoughts on maybe watching the new Dungeon Dudes actual play? Only 3 players at the table could be cool. Who knows? Who knows? Wisconsin, the birthplace of D&D. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, what's the feel on the creepy little guy who becomes a shadow if he stands still? There was something with Velas that also said my mistress does not. I think that person's mistress was Salandri, but that is a connection. Maybe it's not. Hollis is the creepy little guy, and I want to know who his mistress is. I'm very interested in that. New Hampshire, Montreal, let's go. Colorado. When is Bree due? No idea. Arizona chilling, let's go. Christian, Washington State. Not too far from Wizard of the Coast. Nice. Not even kidding. I was convinced that Bria was a lesbian for some reason until I heard about her pregnancy. I thought I heard that from someone in the fandom. I have no idea. Sitting in California, loved all the critters in here. They usually do take a break during the summer for Burning Man and around the holidays. I think the summer break is longer than usual, though. Fair enough. I want more Velas. I want more of the original Velas. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to take off for summer break. It's going to be 6 weeks. Scully, welcome in. I've got work at 7, but I'm still watching it live. Let's go. What's up, Worley? Hello. Gen Con earlier mainly about how I haven't heard of it before, and I feel like that would have been awesome to go into in the past. Maybe Gen Con is massive. It's like the biggest convention for like that sort of stuff, like tabletop gaming and stuff. Like literally. Jollevi says, I'd say to expect the same amount as Overture, about 4 to 5 episodes. Okay. I think we'll mirror the Overture in size, 4 episodes, 5 to 6 episodes. Eliana says, Meme Clubs, I think 4 episodes. Thinking 7? Wow. Megan from Canada, nice. Location, Ohio, nice, Nicholas, let's go. I'm torn between 2 to 3 episodes. There's a lot less world building and character establishment needed. I think they have so much info to exchange that it's going to take them more than 3 episodes. Finally got to vote in a poll. Let's go. Break start. July 9th is when the break starts. Just log in different. Keep getting little adverts. No, YouTube has ads. Yeah, this is just YouTube ads that are there. I turn them off for my Dungeon Master thing. I don't turn them off for this because it's just one of the ways that I'm able to somewhat make a little bit of money off of this. And right now I need it. So, yeah, that's when you're getting ads, it's because they're YouTube ads. The ways to get around it, I think if you're a member, you don't get ads, so you can become a member. I think it's $5 a month. You don't get ads. Somebody who's a member can tell me if that's correct. Or you get YouTube Premium and you don't get ads. I think there'd be 5 episodes. What subclass do you think Lady Royce is? I have no idea. Aranessa? I have no idea, Jack. I haven't thought about that a single bit. Not thought about that a single bit. Brennan does creepy dark fae so well. I just want more of them, so I hope creepy little guy's patron is a dark fae. I'm with it. Without CR, yeah. I mean, they're going to be doing the Age of Umbra thing, and that's only going to feature Matt and Laura, though, from the main cast. Other than that, it's other people. I agree, Bound, but that's just the way they do it. It gives people time to take off for the summer and feel like they don't miss, right? So. Also, it's not really a summer break. It's a C4 summer break, not a CR summer break. Since we get, yeah. I mean, there's still going to be something. It's just not going to be the campaign. Which of the following 3 are found first? Azune's sister, Aligar, or the old gnome's daughters? Aligar. Power Premium Light 2. Man, what are you gonna do for 6 weeks? I know. Also, that's your YouTube name too? Yeah, I have no idea. I said that earlier actually in the Discord. Speaking of which, we are getting closer to the time now. So let me throw it in there now. I'm getting ads on YouTube. Yeah, they're just the normal YouTube ads. That's all. I've seen Age of Umbra, but I've seen Zach the Bullet Shorts many times. I'm excited to see him in it. What's up, Glint Emberfell? With you is crazy? Wait, I have a city in my homebrew world called Emberfell that the players are in right now. My players are in Ember. They're in you right now, Glint. My players are in you. That's crazy. Let's see if I can pull it up on the side while I talk. About the old gnomes kids? Yeah, we need to find them. We need to find Oberd Morn's children. This season is the first time I've had to wait out all the breaks. I love the show. I hate waiting between shows. That's fair. Brother stole your name for his campaign. All right, hold on. Yeah. Emberfell, dude. There you are. Got you right there. My players are inside of you right now. All things critical, having a blast. Let's go, Captain Robust. Heck yeah. Other great pre-shows. See you in the Discord. Yeah, all right. So we'll do some of this, wrapping things up now. Guys, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, first of all. It's free to do. It gets you more Critical Role content, Dungeons & Dragons content, gets more of my face. So subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I post content all the time. What? Captain, thank you for that follow over on Twitch. Do that. Discord is linked down below. There's a Critical Role live chat for Campaign 4 that I have in there. We talk in it throughout the episode, so when something fun happens, we're all like, whoa, that was crazy. When we have questions like, what did they just say, or who was that? people answered in the Discord. It's great for that. So jump in the Discord. It's linked in the description. Good times. Follow me everywhere. My beacon link is also in the description, so you can follow my TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all those sorts of things. Become a member if you want to support me continuing to do this full time, or send super chats. Things like that are all very helpful. Right now I'm raising to go to Gen Con. I'm going to Gen Con. It's helped to cover the costs. But yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. Go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/NERDCOREGG. Subscribe over there. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you to all the new folks. I do these every Thursday, whether there's an episode or not. Recently, we've been doing them anyway. I also do some other episodes, but yeah, this has been a ton of fun. So jump in, say hello in the Discord, all that sort of jazz. I know some of you are already in there, or at least joining now. So it's awesome. But I'm going to wrap it up now, so you guys have a chance to go get snacks, use the restroom, do all of that stuff, so that we are ready to rock. All right. Appreciate you guys. This has been awesome. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. I wanted to see if Emberfell had responded to everybody being inside them, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, there it is. Good Lord, that is crazy. An accurate rendition, good sir. Yeah, there we go. Heck yeah. I don't think Pimley is necessarily. I think Morin's a common name for them. But all right, we're out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat, stuff like that. Zach, the 6-week break, they're doing Age of Umbra on Thursday nights from July 9th for 6 weeks. So that's going to be that. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys